right now.
Okay. All right.
That's just how it goes, I guess.
Welcome to the Blunderbuss Special. My name is Bob. This is my cohort,
Nate.
and of course, the
David.
illustrious Dave. And today we have a special guest, Dale. And this is a special presentation we like to call Story Time with Uncle Dale.
Hey, how's everybody
Bing,
doing?
bing, 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 bing.
That's fancy sound effects there.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
so.
well, it's hopefully
That's
we can
all we
actually
can afford.
Yeah, hopefully, we'll get something made up. Try
No,
to
we
make it
won't.
fucking creepy
I don't
and
know what
shit.
the fuck you're talking about. No, we won't.
It's got to be on YouTube somewhere.
Of course, Dale's an old friend of ours, which he always has a good story to tell. And we decided we would like for you to hear them, because
Yeah.
we can't keep Dale contained, and he has to share his story. And whatever Dale comes out of his mouth, we're going to,
Yeah,
we
pretty
hope
much.
you enjoy. Yes.
Well, okay, you know what? How about we start... Okay, we won't do the full hunting trip story.
No, because that would be ridiculous, and we'd embarrass Minnesota State troopers.
Yes,
Along with
yes.
Border Patrol.
And I'll go on a big rant that I don't need to go on.
Please, yes, I've heard it before.
Yes, exactly, and it's a huge rant. Now, I didn't go with fucking nerd rage, like someone that we know, but yeah, no, it was a good hunting trip. We each got a hog. Some other people, pathetic.
Some people got a fox.
No, it
was
was
a
a coyote.
coyote.
It was a
Yeah.
coyote. It was a
right,
golden fox. That's what I'm going to tell people what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So they think it's exotic.
And you got that tail like going rigor mortis and rotting.
Yeah, I mean, just leave it there till it's like just tail bones and
Yeah.
a little bit of
All
scrap
the
of
hair
fur.
falls out.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
There you go.
But
It keeps evil spirits away. That's what it does. Yeah, that's
Or it attracts them, one of the two.
No, this is true. This is fucking true. But man, we froze our fucking asses off out there. It was
Oh, it was cold.
it was brutal. It was fucking brutal.
It was nasty cold.
All right, so when was this?
January.
January
it was-
At
1st.
the beginning of January.
No, it wasn't January 1st. I think it was that next week.
No, it was like January
Second,
2nd, 4th, something like that.
That's something
Yeah.
like
because it was
that.
like right after New Year's Eve. So
Who put it together?
Yeah.
My brother-in-law actually put it together.
Yeah.
So he's a Minnesota State Trooper, and he found a place that would it's like 6,700 acres.
It's 37 square miles
Yeah.
worth of property. Well, no, it was one of his friends
Yeah.
that he works with, but he couldn't come down. But his family was cool. They were real nice, real accommodating and stuff. I really liked them. But yeah, there was something you wanted to tell Bob, wasn't it?
I did, because Bob does not have a rifle. So I graciously loaned him my M4. Okay? Now,
I've already heard it.
so I'm sitting there, and, all good stories begin with, no shit, there I was. So, no shit, there I was after the hunting trip, and I get home, and I figure, you know what, I've got to clean my weapons. Because it was pretty cold out there, and there were frost, and it's going to rust and everything. So, I cleaned my 308, not a big deal. Good to go, a little bit of sand, a little bit of rust, no problem. I pull out my M4 that I let Bob use. I swear to God, there was 30 pounds of sand in it. It's like he took it and lifted it up over his head and threw it and went, "Rah!" and then kicked it, and then rolled on it. And the entire time,
He sand-fucked it.
I was like, son of a bitch. And I was like, I was getting Q-tips out. I thought I was going to have to go back to my old private days when I was in the Army and run scalding hot water in it to get the fucking sand out.
really,
Yes, really.
wow.
That's your fault.
So you're not supposed to do that?
No! You don't. There's not a reason to pick up a handful of sand and throw it in the chamber.
I do
It
it-
doesn't make the bullet go straighter.
Like I do it with everything else,
Apparently.
Now, Bob, you are licensed to carry a firearm?
Like, do I have my CHL?
Not the conceal, but
No, you don't need a license.
You don't
You don't
You
need
don't need a license?
No, that's
To buy
This is why
weapons?
probably we need licenses.
no.
Because it's sand. Well, if Bob needs to go no sand in the weapon class.
Yeah, that's. I guess I could. No sand and anything, Just,
Firearm safety lessons, maybe?
Oh, there was plenty. It wouldn't have fired. I don't know how in the hell it fired with so much sand in it. I was like, son of a
sure
bitch.
will.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's a Texas
Well,
State
you
Trooper
did
in
kill,
Florida.
and,
It's awesome.
and
I did shoot a pig.
kudos to Bob. He did kill a pig. Well, no, I can't say he killed.
Well, no, you killed the pig.
No, he wounded the pig.
And then
Then the dog came up and bit the pig in the throat and wouldn't let go. What does Bob do? Tries to grab a blue-nosed pit bull that he's never met and pull him off a hog. He's got it by the throat. I was like, Bob, what the hell are you doing?
I'm trying to help.
I was just trying to help.
The dog is trying to do your job. That's what the dog was trying to do. It's like, no, son, I'll teach you how to do this.
Well, no, that wasn't him Rowdy.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rowdy.
Yeah.
No, it was a red-nosed pit, and Rowdy is just like
yeah,
hilarious.
that fat lazy bastard.
Yeah, because we were like, yeah,
He
you
was.
fatty. Like he's running. We're,
Fatty McFatterson.
yeah, and those big old dog balls just like church bells swinging back and forth.
How he did not puncture those on those goddamn fucking bramble bushes
Yeah.
and shit that he was running through.
Well,
And it's like, oh god.
We had to put him on the truck because he was getting tired. He was just
that bastard
was
that
like a-
didn't do anything.
But Fatty earned his pay. He
Yeah, in
took
the
that
end,
pig down.
He
Yeah,
did. He did. He did.
He earned his pay.
and
Now, mind you, I'm hunting down my pig, because I shot it, and it got away. I couldn't see it because there was a bunch of sand berms and dunes out there. So literally, you see a
Well,
pig.
and that's when Nathan found out how out of shape he was.
Holy fucking shit, man! We're sitting there cruising, and man, I want to fucking kill some. It's like I have some bloodlust, and I want to fucking let it out. I need this, and we're cruising back from the second time we went out, and Dale's kind of passing out in the mule. Bob's up there just kind of being Bob, lollygagging and shit. And
Playing in sand.
I see off on my side to the right.
Make
was
sure
like,
I
"Oh!"
got plenty of sand in my M4.
just
And it's like hog, fucking we got hog. And the guy that was driving, who was taking us around, he hit the gas and then he stopped. I mind you, had my M4 too. I jumped out of that motherfucker like I came out of an NPC and just fucking took off. I get about 75 yards in the back of my mind. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to pay for this later. And at the same time, I'm just... and the guy gets in front of me. He's like, come up here, shoot him. It's like, I'm trying. And they're probably about like 200 some odd yards away. And he's like, shoot him. It's like...
Good thing he had a 30-round mag.
Oh, holy shit. I pulled a weapon up, and I'm trying to aim, and I'm just heaving, just like, there's no holding my breath. No, that's an impossibility at this point. So it's a point.
And the pig's like, I'm going to die to this asshole?
Yeah, no shit, right? And there's a bunch of little piglets and shit, and I shoot like a couple times. I was like, did you see where it went? And the guy's like, no. I was like, fucking, what good are you, man? You're supposed to be on the spot. So then, I'm trying to catch my breath and shit, and like, probably about a minute later, like a couple run like a little bit closer, but I wasn't able to get a shot off in time. And Bob's coming up over on my left side, coming up to the ridge. And all
I
of a
will
sudden-
say it is amazing we did not shoot each other, because it was like freaking, it was like somebody turned on a light and roaches, because we all went in different directions. I didn't know where the hell these two idiots were. I could have
well, no,
shot
you,
either one of them.
you took off really far. Like I noticed, I looked to my left, and you took off. You're like way ahead of us. So I was just like, I was impressed. I was like,
yeah, you hit
man.
that ridge over there on that left side, which it's like I took off. I don't know where anybody else fucking went. I just fucking took off in fucking murder mode and shit. And then it's like,
We all had bloodlust.
well, then all of a sudden you hear a 308 go off, and it's like, oh, holy shit, fucking Dale's on something, man. So we start moving over that direction, and then Dale's like, no, go back. It's like, they're coming around, and
I circled them back. I shot over their heads and turned them around. So
I mean, he
they could go
popped
back
off a
north.
couple of other shots, and then what was it? What was it? You went to like load another round, and you didn't have anything in there. It's like, fuck.
No, you just heard this. So because I shot the pig that I shot dropped like a bad habit. I shot him right in the eyeball. That wasn't intentional. I was aiming for his shoulder, and as I pulled the trigger, he turned his head. So yeah, I shot a pig at 200 yards in the eyeball. Beat that bitch.
It's good times.
Man.
Anyways, I went to shoot another one, and I didn't have any ammo in the weapon, and it went click, and I went, oh shit, motherfucker! And they heard me all the way over there. Our guide was like, yep, he's out of ammo.
So the hogs come running around. Bob's to my right. I'm on Bob's left, and we're about at the same level. We're not. Bob's not in front of me. I'm not, in front of him.
This isn't a flat field. It's like dunes. So you're going
Yeah,
up 5
it's
feet,
like
up,
sand
down,
dunes.
5
Odessa,
feet, up.
Texas, man, it's nothing but sand.
So just like 5 feet difference between dune. It's just 5,
like
10,
I said,
5,
it's
10.
like you see a hog and it disappears just as fast as you see it. And I sit there and I pick up. I'm getting ready to shoot, and the guy's like, "Don't shoot the dog!" And it's like, I'm not. And there was a brown hog. And it's like I'm watching for the fucking dog. I'm looking through my my little scope, and it's
amazing.
Like
he was more worried about his dog than the kid.
Oh yeah. His kid got on top of the mule. He had like perfect fucking.
I can have more kids. I can't retrain the son of a bitch dog.
And I popped off a couple shots, but with the dog there, I was trying to be real careful. And you popped off a shot.
No, I hit that pig.
Yeah. You caught it in the hind quarter,
The side,
or something like that.
no,
yeah.
like in the shoulder.
And so, they disappeared again. Well, all of a sudden, the guy's like, "Oh, man, we got the hog. Well, the dog had grabbed Bob's hog. And so I run up there, and he's like, get up on it, man. And the dog's got it, and then it slips away from the dog, and, it didn't even fight the dog. It was kind of funny as shit. And then the dog just grabs it again. And, the guy starts coming back with, a little revolver, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, he's got it, I guess. So I start taking off to the left. I guess that's when Dale and Bob were coming up behind me over to my right, and then I see a hog come out, and mind you, like my first 5 rounds, I was using those hog hammer rounds. Fuck those things, man! It fucked everything up, man. So after a hog comes out probably about maybe 30, 40 yards in front of me, and so I pull up and I sit there and pull the trigger. It's like nothing. I'm like, oh shit! So I rack another round in there. It's like nothing. Well, when I was fucking running, without thinking about it, I put the fucking goddamn thing on safety. So it started to take off, and it disappeared behind a berm, and then it came back out, and then I popped off like a shot or two. I heard it squeal, and it disappeared. So I was like, fuck, maybe I got it, I don't know. And then I was going back over to, see if they need any help. And he's like, dude, go fucking track it. Did you hit it? It's like I heard it squeal. He's like, track it. So I ended up going up the hill looking for it. Turns out it took off to the right, and it dropped maybe 10 yards from where I got it. Got right through the side, through the lungs and the heart, and then it came out and it blew out its right out its elbow. So you saw that knuckle kind of thing, out of the cartoons and shit. Now I mean it was fucking dead and shit. But I get back over there and I see Bob is covered in blood, and it's like, what the fuck?
Bob looked like he was on a murdering spree.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fucking nuts.
Because that pig would not go down. I shot it in the side. The dog had already grabbed it and pulled it down a couple times. And the guys are like, "Do you want to slit its throat?" And of course Dale's like, "Do it." And he gives me his knife. And of course I'm trying
and
to.
He's trying to poke it. He was like this.
I've never slit anything's throat before. I've never hey, Dave, slit that thing's throat. You're gonna have little hesitation marks. And the guy's
but if I did, I'd know how to do it.
Nah, you're saying that.
You would think
you have to get the carotid. You have to get the carotid artery.
Yeah, this is when you're sitting at a table in the safety of friends, not out there and you're just
a wild, dangerous pig who's going to take your life if you don't take his.
Yeah, it was pretty much a
and he was
feral
already
female
shot.
hog.
Yeah,
with a dog on its neck.
Now, mind you, I take with me. I bought. I was the year before or so. I picked up from Museum Replicas. It's called a Sax or Seax, and it's a Viking. I wouldn't call it a utility knife. They use it for all kinds of things, but I didn't think it was going to be as big as I got it. As it came. I think it was a foot and a half. So I take this thing and it's got brass, for the hilt, and and the handle and stuff, and I take this thing and I was like, Dale, can I take that? And he's like, yeah, I guess. I don't know why you can fucking bring that. So I'm running around this fucking thing, and Bob's like, dude, I really could have fucking used that thing. I now know why you took a big ass fucking knife with you.
Because Dale gives me his knife, and it's.
You were trying to poke its throat.
And then the guy's yelling at me "Don't stab my leg!" It's like and of course trying to slit that thing's throat. It's trying to tear open cardboard with a Q-tip. I was just oh man, it's not doing nothing. And the guy, here, use my knife, and that was a really sharp knife because and of course then I gotta keep doing it. Is that good? And you see that pool of blood just
Oh yeah. Dude, and he was wearing all my gear.
Yeah, it was Murder Christmas, so I got some from Murder Club. over here.
That's what we labeled it, Murder Christmas.
It was Murder Christmas.
This isn't Lord of the Flies. You're not trying to cut the fucking pig's head off and put it on a spike.
Well, no, but that's the thing about it.
I have the cards. Fuck you, piggy.
And the worst thing is, I would be the piggy in that situation. No one has glasses. Then I would get my head smashed with a rock. Dale, and
So now we know who to kill.
Yep, he's Ralph.
We need those to start the fire.
Yeah.
So
And-
pony them
It's
up,
cold.
goddammit.
And the thing
It's
is,
cold. Give it a shot.
the pig didn't die right away. It stayed alive, even with the pool of blood growing.
It's a little better.
So Dale takes it upon himself to shoot it in the head, and I'd say that was like an awesome sight because all you see is just him like standing over the pig and just like, and then you see the pig just like, and then just
Execution style.
Yeah, that was not my first execution, by the way.
No, but
I've got this picture of like Rick Grimes in my head, like it's a fucking revolver. Boom.
Yeah, it was just like that. Just you see the pig just like it's, it was actually I have to say it was actually pretty awesome. Which is funny because Nate wishes he stabbed the pig. I wish I shot the pig, and it was just like
It's like, man, but I mean, if I ran over there, I could have done it, but it was Bob's hog, so I mean, it worked out perfectly that I took over to the left and Bob got to do that. Unfortunately, Dale had to shoot in the head because it was taking too long to die. I mean, you don't want him to suffer or anything like that. It'd be a sick fuck, But I don't know. It was good. The other group, they got 2 hogs and a
Yeah, I
coyote,
think there were 6. There were 6 of them, and they got 2 hogs and a coyote.
and they had 2 full days.
They had 2 full days. We only had 1.
One day we had like a half a fucking
we had
day.
we had 4 hours.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
That
Yeah, you know
sounds
what,
like a
really.
productive 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah, no, we could have got more.
Especially to learn that Bob can't kill a pig with a knife. A dying pig with a knife.
Dave, when you're there, we'll bring you next time, and you're like, no, I don't like. You don't even like camping. How would you like?
Go fuck yourself.
I don't have any signal.
But it was all in all, it was a very successful hunt. I have to say that we had a good time.
When you weren't having a bad time?
Well, versus a bad time.
Yeah.
I mean, it beats the hell out of being blown up.
Oh, that's true. Although I did shoot kind of close to you when we were kind of going after.
I know.
And you're like, hey, I've already had that shit happen, man. And it's like, dude, you weren't in my field of fire. What the fuck?
See, I don't know if I trust these 2 shooting around
Oh, you go fuck yourself.
because
I know
I've
what
already
I'm doing.
been shot by a pellet gun. I got that motherfucker still in my leg since I was 9 years old.
No shit.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get it out right now. Come on, we got some
I
magnets.
got a knife.
Yeah, well, it's kind of late. It's kind of late for that. So, before, when I was a kid, I got shot. I could actually feel the pellet. You could actually feel the ball inside my leg.
Oh yeah.
I've tried. I've pressed deep into my skin, cannot find it. So, at this point, it's in my muscle, and if that shit ever comes out, it's gonna hurt.
Well,
It's
the
gonna.
thing is
I'm gonna have to recover because they're gonna have to go dig deep into.
Well,
that.
it probably, was rusting, and your body probably just absorbed it eventually. Started to slowly break it down.
It's stainless steel. That's why it's still in my
Oh
body.
no, pellets are lead. Pellets are lead.
I got a BB
it's
in
an
my
actual,
ear when I was a kid.
pellet, like a stainless
Oh,
steel
okay,
pellet.
okay.
Yeah, that's why the doctor didn't take it out. Doctor
No,
gave
I
me the
have-
option. To,
No, I have shrapnel in my forehead. I can't walk through a radar metal detector in freaking airport, dude. I'm telling you, I get.
You just laughed the
dude.
entire way.
Oh yeah, no, dude, I'm telling you, and there's nothing I can do. I am going to get the full body cavity search. It happens every time. I hate flying.
And next
He
time
actually likes
on the
full body cavity
blunderbuss,
shirt.
anal exploration.
Hold still, Dave. It's gonna feel a
Dale
little
style.
pressure.
Well, I'm going to have a colonoscopy in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm
Never-
coming at that time too. I mean,
YouTube.
The cameras are going to touch dicks.
I mean, it's got to be done. Yeah, but it's I'm
So
sorry,
I've
man.
told
Yeah,
them. I've told them the story. My mom's a horrible person, and my brother, he had to have an endoscopy and a colonoscopy in the same day. My mom goes on Facebook and says,
precious.
"Oh, Javi's taking it from both sides today."
Oh, if you only spit that.
No
that
shit,
coke
there I
out your
was.
fucking nose.
True story. So I end up, I'm 47, almost 48 years old, right? Having an appendix removed is
Oh,
usually
holy
you're like
shit.
20 something. Well, I'm 45 years old, and my appendix decides it's time to come out. So I go to the doctor, and I'm in the emergency room over at on base
On Fort Hood.
on
yeah.
Fort Hood.
I
So
am
they
sorry.
tell me that, hey, your appendix has to come out. That's the problem. So I'm like, cool, right? So they go ahead and they remove my appendix, and then I wake up in recovery. Well, first, as soon as I was out of surgery, I called Nathan and I said, dude, they removed a rat from me.
They took a dead rat out of me. I'm like, what the fuck? And I mean, he sounds fucked up. It's like, really? Dude, apparently it had been dead for years. And
Yeah,
they
the
took it
doctor
out,
said
and it just turned to fucking
it just turned
dust.
to dust. He pulled it because I asked him. I said, "Where's my appendix? That's a part of me. I want it back. You don't get it." And he said, "You can't have it." And I was like, "Why not?" He said, "Because I pulled it out of you and it turned to dust and died right in my hand. I don't know how in the hell you did not know that you had a dead appendix in your body for at least 10 years." So, 2 weeks ago, I go back to the emergency room with stomach pain. My appendix grew back. What the fuck? Am I Wolverine?
Does that even happen?
It happened. I'm not kidding.
Like, I guess it was like budding, like it was growing out of the old one, like a
No,
tree
no,
stump.
no. It's apparent they call it an appendix, but it was on the opposite side and inside your large intestines. Fatty tissue will grow, and it dies, and it's just flushed out of your system. But it's painful when it happens. They call that an appendix because it's essentially the same thing.
Okay.
So,
Because
My
the appendix, I did poorly in biology. It's useless, right?
no, that is a myth.
Is it the pancreas that's
No,
useless?
well,
Do we
your
have
appendix-
something? We have some organ that's like
yeah, we have a
absolutely
couple,
Well, no,
fucking
but-
the
useless.
appendix was thought as useless.
But it actually holds
Like, we can live fine
it
without
actually
it.
holds the what do they call it?
White blood cells?
No.
No.
It holds the starts with a B.
Bio?
Bacteria.
Bacteria,
It holds
okay.
a good bacteria that helps you go to the bathroom.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I heard,
So-
I've heard, I guess they don't really know what the appendix does. They have theories of what
They
it
have
does.
theories of what it
and
does.
I also heard that it trains white blood cells. That's for other diseases.
Look here, dude.
Some
All
crazy
I
shit.
know is ever since I've had my appendix out, dude, I can shit like a fucking goose.
It's horrible.
Yeah, he's been trapped
It's
in the bathroom
horrible.
with me.
You know what? Thank God I lock the fucking door when I go take a shower because that motherfucker will come in and now that he knows about the Auschwitz, like he'll fucking try to Auschwitz my ass and it's like fuck no. Like today he was taking a shower. I tried to get in there with a fucking a pitcher of fucking ice water and get his ass, but I get over there. It's like fuck.
Let's rewind. And for those who don't know, Nathan, why don't you tell us what an Auschwitz is?
We never.
Well, no, Jose told the story.
Yeah, but I don't think we ever released that one, did we?
No, you did not. That's why we're going back to discussing what an
Yeah, that's
Auschwitz
right.
is.
We gotta dig that up, and we gotta dig out that sound clip, and we gotta play that. That was hilarious.
Well, okay, basically an Auschwitz is you're taking a shower, hot steamy shower, and someone sneaks in there and takes a horrendous shit. Now the thing is, if you like take a dump in a sauna, it's almost like it makes the smell tenfold. It just combines with that steam water molecules and it makes it tenfold. Well, Jose, he was telling us, he was like, yeah, he's coming home, with his fiance at the time. And he's like, dude, man, it's like when she hits the toilet, man, you fucking get the fuck away. Get out of the apartment. It's bad. And it's like, really? He's like, oh, yeah. And so he tells her, she's like, I gotta go. And he's like, let me take a quick shower. And then you can have at it. So he goes and he's taking a shower. And then apparently she sneaks in there. He has no idea. And all of a sudden he hears, tee, tee. And then he starts to smell it. And he's just like, oh! 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 There are still claw marks in that tile to this day. And so it was dubbed as the Auschwitz because he got gassed out in the shower.
And this again, and since it's story time with Uncle Dale, we are going to tell the story of New Orleans. And what happened to Nathan? I will let Nathan regale us with that story, with what happened to you in the bathroom in New Orleans.
Oh my god, that fucking asshole. Well, I guess we should start with the first night there. Because to be honest, I can't remember which night it was that you.
I can't remember. It doesn't matter what night it was.
Like we were totally fucking shit faced. Was it 5 days?
Yeah, it was like
there?
5 days.
Oh
it was
my
nothing,
God.
dude. We were not sober for 5 days.
Oh, dude,
5 days. We'd wake up drinking.
I was not sober for 10 fucking days.
I didn't even have a cup of coffee. First thing I did when I woke up was we opened a bottle of mead or opened a beer.
Yeah. And then it's like the first night we got back after 5, and then we dialed it back an hour each night. But no, we get back, and mind you, Dale's sister and his wife, they're asleep, so we're like trying to be fucking quiet. And this was the night where we come back, and I gotta take a drink real quick. All right, we come
Way
back.
to break the cycle. Nate.
Well, no, you know what? It could be edited out. I don't give a fuck. You don't
One
like it?
of us.
Eat
One
one
of
of
us.
us.
One of us.
One of us. No, but yeah, you know what? Go eat some mung pie, Dave. So is that going to be my catchphrase now? Mung pie. Okay. Well, now mind you, every night we would stop and we talk to the night guy and regale him with like our night's exploits. That dude would laugh his ass off. Then we get into the elevator and we go up on the 10th floor. Now we're fucked up. As we go up in the elevator, it's like it's hitting us tenfold. Like we're shoving each other in the hallways, just laughing and shit. So we get down the hallway where the room is. I got the key and I'm getting ready to put it in the door and we just start laughing. It's like, whoa, because we don't want to fucking,
No.
wake up the girl.
It wasn't like any type of manly laugh. Okay, just so you know, this is how drunk we were. It was
That schoolgirl giggle.
Oh, it was
Like
absolute-
that?
That's it
Like
right
that?
there.
Dude, it took us over 15 fucking minutes to get in that room because every time
And it was an electronic lock.
every time I get the card close to the fucking lock, man, we just lose it. So finally, we're able to manage to get in. So we get in, and we're like bumping into each other, and it's like we almost fall on the bed that his sister's sleeping on. It's like, whoa, shh. But it's like doing the shh, shh, but as quiet as we can. And it's like, fuck, I gotta take a piss. So I go into the bathroom. Okay, I'm gonna lay it out how the bathroom's set up. The bathroom's set up to where you come in the door, you open up the door swings to the left, and immediately to the right is the toilet. And then you have the sink, as the door hits the wall, the sink is right there, and the tub is, on the side of that.
Tub shower.
So I'm sitting there, I go in there, I take a piss, got the door shut. And just as I'm about to finish, the door flies open, I get shoved out of the way, door shuts, and this asshole fucking pulls down his pants and starts fucking, he's laying bricks with his asshole, man.
Oh, it was a straight up Popeye's chicken poop.
It was horrible. Now, mind you, I can't escape. I can't escape because like his knees are blocking
I got
the
my
door.
foot in front of the door, Dad. He ain't going nowhere.
But his knees are
He's
there.
got the full effect here in the whole
literally,
plop.
The door,
Everything.
almost hits the tip of the toilet. I mean, that's how fucking close it is. And he's just sitting there silently, just laughing his ass off. Just basically, it was a silent kind of shit. And
Making eye contact.
I'm silently just like, oh, got my my fist clenched. Just screaming my head off without fucking, making a sound. And just like, you can't get away from the smell. So I got in the tub. I tried what the fuck ever I could. Now, the shower wasn't on, so I didn't get the full Auschwitz. But it was horrible. It was fucking, I can't even describe how fucking horrible that was.
Oh, and I did not open the door until I was done wiping.
Yeah.
Nor did I flush.
No. And then
There wasn't even a courtesy flush going on in that
You know
place.
what? I'm surprised the women didn't wake up to the fucking
I'm surprised it
disgusting
didn't seep up underneath the door and try to kill him.
All right, Nate. So when you did basic, did you ever do the thing where they put like the gas, like they have the gas can in there, like the
the gas chamber? Oh, yeah.
yeah.
The CS
So
chamber.
which one would you prefer, the gas chamber?
The gas chamber.
Gas chamber.
Oh, now, mind you, you go in there, everywhere you just freshly shaved starts to burn like hot lava, and you breathe this shit in. Like, dudes throw up because they breathe this shit in. I had a summer cold, when I went through this thing, so I just, like, took in a big lungful. So when I came, you come out of there, and all these dudes, everything in your sinuses just, drain. Everybody's snot's dripping out of everybody. Somebody goes over to the tree and starts fucking, throwing up all over the place. I was like, and you have to, like, come out like a jackass, waving, flapping
Waving your arms like a big condor.
Because you
running
have
up the hill.
You have to get it out of your clothes. Because if you don't get it out of your clothes, you're still getting gassed. So I go over by the tree, where my platoon's at, and I just put my hand on the tree and I just start shooting out every fucking thing I got up in my nose. It worked great. I got rid of my summer cold, just like that. And I tell people, hey, you want to get rid of your cold? Fucking CS gas is where it's at. It's great. I would gladly take the CS gas. And mind you, go in this room and it's hard to see, and there's these two guys in full chem suits with a little camping burner and a metal Folgers can and this shit cooking in it and just billowing. It's like, what the fuck is this? And then it starts to burn.
Yeah, well, CS tablets, because I've ran a gas chamber.
Yeah.
I've ran a gas chamber before. Or you can't call it a gas chamber, especially in now politically correct days. The CS
Really?
chamber.
No, fucking faggots.
Dude, are you kidding me?
I hate this politically correct fucking time.
Hey,
It's
what do you
bullshit.
want me to tell you?
Well, I don't know. Anyways, continue.
I could whoa, but let's take a moment. I could understand why somebody might be slightly sensitive.
Gas chamber.
There's a justifiable reason why somebody
I'm surprised
may
we're using
find that
Auschwitz.
offensive.
Offensive.
We're not,
Makes my pussy hurt.
we're not talking about a small little incident here. So
No, I mean, I get that, but it's like, I'm sorry. People offend me all the time. Fuck it. I just roll with it. I'm not going to fucking cry foul and be a little bitch about it. It's like, all right, whatever.
what offends
Fuck
you,
'em.
Nate? What offends
What offends you?
I don't know. It just kind of, when it hits me, it fucking hits me.
Because to offend me, like, I've had people at work and they're like, I'm sorry if, I offend you. And I'm like, bitch, you better try harder. Like, seriously, if you want to offend me, I mean, I'd be impressed if anybody could truly offend me. If you can actually dig so deep into me to find something that could actually offend me, I'll be impressed. I will respect you. Bob, what about you?
I think the last time I was actually truly offended, I was working at Whataburger. And,
No, are you kidding me? Whataburger?
at Whataburger. And that's at least the last, because you said offended, and I was like, what's the last time I was just like, ugh. And if you ever worked at a fast food place, it's a bunch of 16-year-olds, and they're just dumb. They just dumb shit. And I heard, and this is going to be it's going to sound kind of hypocritical, but this girl she was saying a Mexican joke, and I took offense to it. It wasn't even that good of a Mexican joke.
Do you remember the joke?
It was something, I remember...
Tamale, Christmas time, something to unwrap?
No. I'll tell that joke to my mom and my aunt, and they hate that joke because they were actually that poor. He was something about I think it was the one I think it's the one where it's like the little baby deer and the baby skunk. They find their mother dead in the road, and of course I've heard this as a joke relating to biracial children, but they applied this to Mexicans, and
I've never even heard that.
yeah, and it's like, well, you're like the punchlines. You're half white, you're half black. You smell like shit. You must, and they're, and I heard the girl tell that, and she's like, "That's okay, I'm Mexican. I can say it." I was like, "No, that was a terrible joke, and you don't even speak Spanish. How you call yourself Mexican?" And that's the last time it kind of offended me. I was like, "That's stupid and racist," and you just. Of course, granted, I kept it to myself because they're 16 and they don't understand stuff.
And you were how old?
23, 22. And I was just like shut up.
Your
of course,
voice got really low on that one.
yeah, 23, 22. Well, because I just
You
lost
could have lied.
I was
We
You
would
could have
have
said
known.
I was 18, 17,
No,
going to
because
college.
was a
I
young
lost my
cocksucker.
job and I grabbed whatever job I could because I'm not going to sit around house playing GTA all day. I needed a job, so I had that job.
Dale, you don't seem like the type that would be easily offended.
No, he just gets angry.
No, I get angry. I have severe anger issues, and fortunately, the VA has me well medicated.
Yep.
But
Especially henceforth the shirt that I'm wearing right
yeah,
now.
but I will tell
DV,
you,
dysfunctional vet.
the
Leave me
last
the
time
fuck
I was
alone.
offended was actually Thursday.
All right, what was going on?
Oh, it was a VA hospital.
Oh, yeah, dude. Up in Temple, fuck those motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, it is. We really can't go into particulars because that's not very cool. But I will say this: the Temple VA is probably the worst VA hospital. And any folks in Temple can hear me, you would agree. They treat you like a number. There's two types of doctors who work at the VA, so you understand. You have the doctors who are dedicated and really want to help vets. They really, really want to. Then you have the others that can't get a job anywhere else.
Yeah. Fucked over by malpractice suits. I mean, the whole fucking 9 yards. It's rough. Like, I've heard horror stories.
Do you guys think it's going to change with everything that's come out about the VA practices and everything
No.
like that?
It's not going to change. There's no way
It'll change maybe a tiny bit.
Smidgen.
For, like, public relations. But on a whole, it's not going to change. Like my neighbor, you know, he's also a DV and stuff, and he actually helped me a lot, you know, helping me, you know, get my benefits and stuff. You know, I've been fighting for 12 years, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, when he went in for shoulder surgery, that they actually took a magic marker and put a big X on the shoulder that they're supposed to fucking work on.
Dude, when they put you
and
under...
they still fucked it up. They
Dude,
went to the other
put you
shoulder.
under, they will say, do you know what you're here for? Do you know what you're here for? Do you know what you're here for? I'm here for shoulder surgery. Which shoulder? Left shoulder. Which shoulder? Left shoulder. It's not to remind the vet. It's to remind the doctor.
Actually,
Yeah.
I've heard that happen, and they did the wrong shoulder.
Yeah.
They're supposed to take the X and put it on the shoulder they're not supposed to work on, not the one they're supposed to work on.
Really? Is that what happened to me?
That's no, I've heard that actually in regular civilian hospitals.
No,
where
it's fucking retarded.
And I've heard, now something like that. I mean, I've even heard in civilian hospitals that happens, and then, like, I've seen people that they'll write, like, do not cut my arm off. You know, do not cut my arm. Definitely do not cut my penis off. You know, basically even civilian hospitals where they're like,
don't take my hog,
Please leave me one testicle.
You know.
Please.
Mr. Winky.
You know, sadly, so the whole thing about me having to have the colonoscopy is that I have diverticulitis and I've got a little micro perforation in my intestine, and they have to go in there and possibly remove it. So I guess I draw an arrow to my asshole and say, please insert here.
Let me do that for you.
Yeah, because they'll try to stick that in your dick hole, man.
You know, but the thing that gets me, it's it's a
Talk about
micro
getting reamed
perforation. So I'm thinking of literally a pinhole, probably something so small that like the human eye could not immediately see it. And the doctor's talking about like, well, we can go in there and we can remove a section. And when he uses the section, his hands go to about a foot in distance.
Well, that's a fish story.
And but I talked to him. I talked to him about it, and he was like, well, it doesn't matter if I remove an inch or a foot. It's all the same. And I'm like, well, my intestine would beg to differ. Still haven't decided whether I want to do it or not, but I guess I'm going to have to put little arrows being like, enter this way, like, please only remove my intestine.
The whole thing is that you look at the problems with the VA, okay? And I'm not talking about compensation because, there's different sections of the VA. You have the medical portion, you have the compensation portion, you have the rehabilitation portion as far as education. So there's different portions of the VA. The compensation is always going to take a while because, you have all these things that come up like Gulf War syndrome. The trash pits that they never knew anything about.
Yeah.
Vietnam with mustard gas that just recently recognized.
Agent
I got all
Orange.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I got all that. So the compensation is always going to take a long time because it's a bureaucracy. But if people really want to know what government-run healthcare is like, read a story about the VA.
Oh, it's horrible. It's fucking horrible. And everybody's bucking for it, and it's like, y'all are fucking idiots. It's bad.
So let me ask you, as somebody who... I'm not going to say that I'm not pro-military. I don't believe in building a giant industrial complex like we have. I think we have more than what we need. Would you guys be okay? Same budget, more money to the medical for the VA, less money to the actual...
Well, no. You're talking about...
They're completely separate entities.
So the budget for the military doesn't count.
DOD,
No.
which is Department of Defense.
Okay.
And then you have the Veterans Administration, which is completely different budgeting.
They're like miles apart.
Yeah, miles.
Would you then be okay with taking money from the DoD to transfer it over to the health benefit, whether it be
No, because
No.
unfortunately they're cutting back on
Because-
the DoD as it is. They're strangling our military as it is.
I mean, I was in the Army, and I was in the Army for 28 years. Long freaking time. So many different presidents.
did you retire?
Yeah.
yeah, he just retired,
I just retired last year.
and he's officially beef jerky and a broke dick.
Yes, I am.
So he's my fellow broke dick.
Yes, I am a fellow DV. Anyways, you back in the Clinton days, when Clinton was president, we were so broke in the military, we couldn't do maneuvers. We couldn't live fire our weapons. We were using golf carts to emulate tanks on a golf course.
Yeah, I heard about that shit.
And so, do we go back to that? Is that the answer? I mean, is that the kind of army we want to have? I mean, yeah, it's a big industry. It's a big plus for weapons manufacturers and all these industries that really depend upon DoD. I mean, do we need it? Do we need more tanks? Probably not. Do we need more Bradleys, more fighting vehicles, more weapons? Maybe not. But to say that we need to cut back from one and put to the other is not the right answer. There is enough money in the VA already. There's enough money. It's how it's allocated.
It's mismanagement. You know,
Yeah.
like they uncovered. You know, I was last year sometime to where in one of the VA facilities they have all these paintings on the wall, and this guy redid his office and everything, and it was like over $10,000 or something like that spent on this. That's ridiculous, and then like all this other, dinners and everything else. It's mismanagement and it's misappropriation of funds, which is that's the worst part.
Well, you can disguise it. I mean,
Oh,
and I'll tell
yeah.
you, working in a government for as long as I did, regardless of whether it's DoD, VA, any portion of the government, it's all about misappropriation or, like they like to call it, mismanagement. And it really is. It's not. It's a mismanagement and misallocation of funds more than and adding layers of bureaucracy to something that should be not. Give you an example. So, and I will tell you this. All right, so I go to the VA hospital, and being a new vet, I go to the VA hospital, and I say, okay, this is what's wrong. They don't have my records. They can't pull my records from the Department of the Army. It's two different programs that don't talk to one another.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm? You see what
No,
I'm?
absolutely, and that's the thing. I mean, and I think that maybe with all the scandals, all the things that have happened, there can be more light shown onto that.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, 28 years.
Yeah.
28 years to say, like, 28 years of service, and we're going to give you health care. It's not going to be good health care.
No. I have to pay for my own health care.
So even with the retirement, you're not...
Dude, 28 years in the Army, I have to pay for my own health care.
See, that sounds fucked up.
You think?
No, I mean...
It's
again,
retarded.
I'm not an advocate for the military. I'm not against the military.
No.
But those are the kind of things that you think of, like, you know what, you retire from a company, the company usually gives you some extra benefits for having served however many years that you work for a company. But to say that the military, which, obviously was TRICARE, right, when you're in the military?
Yes, TRICARE.
Yeah.
To say that, like, go see yourself out. Because one of the things, I won't talk about what I do, but one of the things that I kind of encounter is that in the military, you guys have your SGLI.
Yes.
But if you're injured and you get separated from the military due to your injury, you don't get it unless you purchase the
No, it's VSGLI.
VSGLI.
Or VLG. It's a weird acronym, but
Yeah.
they just
But
take
then-
the S out and put in a V.
But if you don't buy that, you're pretty much, for life insurance, you're pretty much uninsurable.
Yeah.
Because if the military deems you that you are not fit for service, most life insurance companies will not give you life insurance coverage,
Well-
or they will charge you an arm and a leg
Yeah.
for that, even if you're 25 years old.
Well, okay.
Depending on your disability level, like my current disability level, I can transfer my SGLI, which is $400,000, and because of my disability level, I can keep it. But the silly part is, I have to apply. Why do I have to apply?
Yeah, it's
What I mean, and again,
it's a runaround.
It's a runaround. Nathan doesn't qualify for the same benefit that I do.
I got fucked.
Well, you didn't get screwed. It's just your disability level isn't the same.
Well, no, but when I was discharged, I got fucked.
You got,
know?
and they don't.
And I didn't know it. I was
you were
19
years old, 20 years old,
and nobody's gonna
they
tell you
don't tell
shit.
you any of this stuff.
Yeah,
You have to figure
no.
it out on your own.
Which
By the time that you figure it out,
you're screwed.
It's too late because you've
Bingo.
been separated from the
I've
military.
been in my late 20s.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a really weird situation.
Yeah,
and I got what you're saying.
it's like it's run like a business.
There's so many levels. A prime example. So I applied for Social Security because I'm authorized Social Security. I mean, it's my money. I put it into the system anyways.
Yeah, he's classified as unworkable.
Yeah, permanent and total disabled.
Yeah.
So I applied for Social Security, and they contract this work out to a civilian place to do the disability investigation. Social Security does. So the Army and the VA has already done all the legwork for these people. The Army signed by a surgeon, a doctor. The VA signed by a doctor, have given me my rating levels, but Social Security won't take that. I got to go see their doctor.
Yeah. It's a runaround. It's whatever they can do to deny you. And it's ridiculous.
It's almost
totally
like
ridiculous.
they don't want you to even try.
Well, they don't. They don't want you to try. But the sad thing is that we're spending money for that. I mean, our government money is going into these things to hire a third party, to hire somebody to dissuade you. I mean, and really, is the breakdown really like that different? Like when we start talking about it, like should we just be giving these benefits instead of hiring the third party? I mean, we've got the levels. It's set. The military's already said these are the things that are already there. Are we really just spending extra money to say, well, whether or not that's true?
But if you've already had, the Army say that this is X, and the VA agree with the Army and say this is X, then why would the Social Security Administration say, no, it's Y?
It's all about money. It's all about somebody getting paid.
Yep.
I mean, really, to be and I hate to say it, but it's fucking true. It drives me crazy that that it comes down to that. It's bullshit.
What do you
It's
think,
bullshit.
Bob? You're all over there all quiet.
Yeah,
and
come on,
everything.
man.
Well,
It's like
I'm
shit.
not military, and I don't really know anything.
But you have an opinion.
It doesn't
Like-
mean it's worth a damn.
Well-
Like it's
My
no,
opinion don't matter.
yeah, but I
None
don't.
of our opinions matter, but I respect your opinion. We've gotten into all kinds
No,
of crazy
like if I
debates, but
have anything to say worthwhile, I'll say it. But right now, I don't really. That's not good. That's all. That's the most I can say. It's like that's sad.
he's like,
That-
I'm waiting for the funny to come back.
yeah, that's what I'm like. We got all serious and shit. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
like,
All right.
Yeah, we kinda
All right,
got-
Dale.
yeah.
Dale, you being the guest,
Okay.
tell us your best joke.
Yeah, fucking fuckhead. It's probably a story versus a joke
All right.
because you really don't tell jokes.
I don't know any jokes.
why does
I'll
the
tell-
mead taste like pool water?
Because it was in your fridge.
It does taste a little bit like urine.
Is that what it is?
No, it's not that bad. No, that's
Vikings
the
piss.
Thorns mead.
What is it?
Thorns. It's the one that they make up by Houston.
Oh, yeah. Not Tuskegee meat.
No.
Well, because this
Like the
Camelot,
root.
the Camelot that you guys were drinking tastes a lot like, Old Housewife.
Oh, damn.
It tastes like
It
a
depends on how
40-something
fresh he is.
wasp and what they would drink.
Oh, cool.
You know,
Well-
I think that's what they would drink.
Well, this one's actually it's a blended mead, so it's mead mixed with
Pussy?
I think like a white wine. You know what? It depends on the pussy, because man, some of it, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
I think
now.
it tastes more like that. The one that the pussy that went sour is the one that you guys are
Oh, yeah,
drinking.
no kidding. I'll tell you what.
Well, this one it's actually a straight mead.
I
but
think
but
a little
it's
bit
like
of Summer's
spicy
Eve
mead.
needs to go on that mead. Little Massingale.
All right, regale us with a last story. We're running towards the end of our time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes, so.
No shit, there I was. Again, all good stories start like that, you know. No shit, there I was, deep off in the Poontang Valley.
Unless the story starts,
it's a very
we were
hairy
getting
situation.
really drunk, and
No, there's plenty of stories like that, but.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where it's like, I can't make this shit up if I want
No, I
to.
can't make this shit up. All right, so my second tour in Iraq. All right. Dude, we're out, and 365 days, you're out on 18-hour patrols. 18-hour-a-day patrols.
7 days a week.
7 days a week, 365 days. It didn't matter, okay? So we're over in Iraq, and I was in this area called Iskandaria, Haswa. It's just a little name of towns. So I'm running down there one day, and we're on one of our long patrols. We used to eat our lunch in a graveyard, one of the graveyards. And the reason why we do that is because they wouldn't blow up their own dead people.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
It's one of those weird things, dude.
It's, you know, sacred ground.
So, you know, we're eating around graves and shit. We didn't care. I mean, at least we weren't being blown up or shot at.
Well,
So, we're next to this little traffic circle, and the traffic circles over there have teapots and shit like that. And I seen this midget. So
And for clarification, an Iraqi midget.
oh, it was an Iraqi midget.
Okay.
No, he's
So-
from Jersey.
No, actually, he was
How's
from
it going?
Arizona. Anyways.
Little Anthony. We call him Little Ant.
He's like,
just wait for it. Just wait for it.
Brooklyn!
It's coming. Trust me. It's fucking
So I seen this midget, and I look over at him, and he has blonde hair. And upon further inspection, he has blue eyes. Now, we all do know that prior to the U.S. and Iraq having issues, even before the first Gulf War, the British were over there for the longest time. So
Someone was getting busy.
I
Only
have
half busy.
And didn't
the
take
best part of you ran down your mama's leg.
It didn't take responsibility.
Came out a crack. What was it? Oh, goddamn.
Oh, the best part of you fucking like rolled
best
down the
part of
crack of your
you-
mama's ass.
So
Gotta take a drink.
I see this midget, blonde hair and blue eyes, and I grab my radio and I tell my soldiers, all 42 of them, if you catch this midget and get a picture, I'll give you a day off.
Okay, now wait a minute. What a fucking soldier will do
For
to
a day
get-
off.
What a fucking soldier will do for fucking chocolate
Dude,
milk.
we're like
I fucking
we're
shit
like
you not.
7
Well,
or 8
there
months.
aren't enough women in the military, so.
No, we're like 7 or 8 months into the deployment. We're freaking burned the hell out. You know, every day, 18 hours a day, we're out. We get like one meal a day, hot meal a day. Because I'm not going to put them on the road to go back to the fob to get a hot meal because I'm endangering them. I'd rather just have them eat MREs. Okay? So I put it out over the radio. You catch this midget and get a picture with this midget, you get a day off. Dude, 42 American infantrymen in full body armor are running through Iskan looking and chasing this midget down. There was nothing. And this midget didn't speak English because I talked to him before. And, dude, he was scared shitless. Nobody ever caught this son of a bitch because every time we'd see him, we'd jump out the Humvee and start chasing him.
Like, come to a screeching halt kind of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Just pouring out like fucking shit's hitting the fan.
You know, it kind of looked like Speedy Gonzalez and the people chasing him. It was hilarious.
So, did anybody catch him?
Hell no, they didn't catch that fast little bastard. We're wearing 100 pounds of gear and it's 130 degrees. We're going to catch a midget in a man dress?
Dale told me, he's like, man, we chased that midget around so fucking much, he must have been wearing sandals out like it was going out of style. And, you know, the first time he told the story, it's like, shut the fuck up. Really? Blonde hair, blue eye. Dude, I'm not fucking around. I swear. You know, why did you
You know,
get
it's
a
really
picture
strange
with
because
him?
my commander had blonde hair and blue eyes, too.
And he'd been there a while.
I didn't spit it out. You can't give me some fucking...
That's another point.
Choke it back.
That's
choke it
another
back.
point.
No, if you laugh so hard and you spit something out, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do, but it's something retarded.
Well, the thing is, we count points, and I've already got 2 points. And I think Bob's got 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't spit it out that time.
It's not about spitting it out at this point. I don't expect you. The fact that you almost
it's really weird. 4 grown men are talking about spitting it out.
Yeah.
Usually, we would talk about swallowing.
No.
Only with someone I loved. No,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that brings a conclusion to the Blunderbuss, Uncle Dale's story time.
or at least part 1, because honestly, we're
Part one. Yeah.
Part 1, hopefully a series. Part 1 of a series that we will do.
And I appreciate you, gentlemen, for having me here.
Well, we appreciate your stories.
It's good
Stay
times.
tuned next week. Well, we're going to bring you Video Games Part 1.
Either that or strange shit. Who the fuck knows?